over, 10 things that I may not have noticed when I was watching. But when you put it all together, that's where that extra round comes from. And that's when you see SK standing 1-0 in the semi-final.
And that's where Astralis is going to be kicking themselves for that anti-eco. I mean, it was a half buy, right? Just a couple of pistols and armor.
Do you mean for the following round or for just...
No, the first round that they won after winning the first 3 rounds of the second half. So, if Astralis wins that round, you keep like the shutout happening, on the CT side, and they maybe even go on and win that game.
Damn.
Yeah, I actually think that Astralis CT side was better than SK CT side in terms of the shutout. It's just as soon as Fallen had found that key to victory, he ran with it and exploited it and called those situations perfectly to exploit the rotations of Astralis.
And someone will point out to your statement and say, what? Like, every round was close. Like, every round that they got almost a bomb down or, like, there was a clutch situation. Yes, but it was always, like, a 1v2, a 2v3, and it's not just the numbers. Every one of those situations, Astralis had the positional advantage. And as Chad pointed out, like, the heaven and side peak, like, they always played it perfectly. So you would be, if you just look at the scoreboard, for example, you would think, wow, these rounds are so close. But in reality, Astralis always had an edge.
And he's your best performers. Do take note as well. Actually, top of the scoreboard for both sides in one respect. I think it was actually ADR, and comparatively, it was both of your AWPers. You have Fallen and Device either end of the bookmarks. Then they were the gatekeepers on Train. 2 players you guys have highlighted in that pre-match.
Yeah, and you can see here, no one's really run away with like a 30 frag game. This is just showing that everybody has had very impactful moments. Someone who's not on your screen right now, who in the first half for Astralis I think was extremely important, was Dupree. Yeah. He was finding a lot of room. He was finding a lot of entry frags. There was that one blunder he had, but that's just a missed timing. You can't account for that. You need to make your moves. The fact that he did stumble there, but I think that his impact on the T side was huge. He did a lot of stuff for Astralis, and he gave them a lot of room to maneuver.
Keep our eyes on him as we do venture into that next map. Is there anything else that needs to be said about Train? Because I don't want us to get cut off before, halfway into a discussion for that second map. Any nails still need to be hit?
I think we
good?
Covered pretty much.
We've banged it out.
Okay, fantastic. Just making sure. Okay, so because Mirage was the curveball in the Vita, not in the most traditional definition of a curveball, just in terms of ordering. This was SK's conscious decision to take Mirage instead of Overpass, in perhaps the likelihood of them, if they take Train, this is where they could close it out. This could be the battleground whereby they could finish.
Yeah, the thing is, like, it's not really, it's a curveball in a sense. Overpass, like they were so dominant on it against FaZe, but in the end you would probably expect Mirage to be the 3rd map. So are you just like, why are you not picking Overpass? Early. Because there was maybe a risk of Astralis banning it in the second phase when you were so good on it. I think they were definitely going to get Mirage, right? So that's just like, if there's a high possibility of that map being in the series, why do you waste your pick on that map instead of something else? But, these teams have a different way of looking at things, the mind games, the preparation, and so on. Maybe they thought that Astralis was going to veto Mirage if they don't pick it, and they put like higher focus on that map instead of Overpass. So maybe they think they have a stylistic advantage over Astralis when it comes to Mirage.
Okay, and then into the kind of the map itself. Sorry, what's up?
Yeah, no, I don't think we're the only ones who think it's getting hot in here, because it sounds like the air conditioner's just bloody kicked in.
Yeah, the big one in the
industrial size one just sounds like she's fired up.
Let's hope it's not too loud for the viewers.
I hope not, but I'm not complaining because
it is quite bloody hot.
It's quite bloody hot.
I've done a button on here.
You are really starting to strip. All right, and you haven't got your Russian regalia on this time.
No.
No, that was earlier on in the week.
That was a gag.
So Chad, because I can't help but feel we usually there's some dank memes involved, but when you have so much to talk about, you kind of have to stay on topic.
I apologize.
No, that was not you, that's me. I was talking about your Russian clothing and you started taking clothes off. Russia.
Yes. So, Alex, the pistol rounds, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say
Mirage, that's what I was trying to
say it one more time for the viewers at home. This map, I think, is the worst for Astralis pistol round-wise. When we were doing this as the hot match of the week kind of stuff in the Pro League, I was looking at it and they had like a 12% in the last 3 months win ratio on pistol rounds.
Was that in total or just in just in online games, so like everything?
It was last 3 months of LAN and online.
LAN and online.
Yeah, and now 12%. I think they've got it back up to about 20%.
Ooh.
But that's still abysmal. That's terrible.
I mean, but looking on the bright side, the other day against North, they won both pistol rounds on Mirage.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
or
hey,
maybe
good stuff.
one half they lost one, but they won the second round.
Yes, that is what happened.
Okay.
So, that's something at least.
Yeah.
That they're trying to buck the trend. But the reason that this becomes a conversation that we have at Analyst Desk, Genko, is because even no matter how much the game continues to change, those pistol rounds control so much. When games are so close, that one round at the start of each half has such a controlling factor.
It has, like, this is the thing. It not only has, obviously, winning rounds and the score, right, and putting them on the board and having a good start and having control of the economy early on. It's also what it allows you to do in terms of calling and in terms of a game plan, right?
Yeah,
like
100%.
you win a pistol round and you're 3-0 up. That allows your first gun round to do something a bit more crazy, throw something, the other way. But losing and being 3-0 down, you have to win that round, basically. It's like it's much more important for you to win the round. But if you're 3-0 up, you can play for like the near future, right? You can afford maybe to lose that round if you can still buy, but you put like a seed into your opponent's like head. Like, for example, what happened with Fallen on Train and that rush and then the fake of it, right? Like you play for, you set it up. You play for the long con, but it's much more difficult to do that if you're losing and you don't have control of the economy. At that point, you just need rounds on the board.
God damn, and you throw into all of that the idea of there's a whole economy system on top of all of that.
You can go so deep.
Yeah.
You can go. We could be here given a lesson for a while,
Sure.
And especially in that game, the train game, Astralis wanted to do the force buys to contest straight back. That always comes back to bite you in the first gun round if you're not able to convert, because you don't have the utility, you don't have everything you need, especially on those CT sides, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that we always point out, we always tell people to look for. Astralis are a team, though, who normally steer clear of going for those force buys. They just do like pistol upgrades, so it's weird to see that.
But that being said, I think SK, one of their flaws actually is the way they play anti-force buy rounds on the T side. They like to spread around the map. They don't like group up a lot. They don't like use all of their utility and go for a set execute. They're more of in a default style. So that allows you to pick them off. Dupree with a good eagle headshot, something like that. That might be a chance for Astralis. But Astralis didn't change up too much of their Mirage. I saw some of the things yesterday versus Nori they were doing in Pro League for a while now. The throwing the same smokes on mid every time, that's fine. But the variations they have off of it haven't changed that much. They throw the smokes, for example, take mid control, do the standard stuff. Then when they want to switch it up, they do it. They let Glaive go there alone, and then the rest of the team explodes B. That's something that SK can pick up on and play a bit more in their face, perhaps.
And screw pushing B on Mirage versus SK. We know what can happen there in those apartments. Everyone's aware of that.
It's not fun.
Or just the player that's waiting for you is quite scary.
Yeah.
So expectations then. I want to get those win conditions. I want a third map chat. So why don't you just help me out and tell me what we need to see from Astralis to get overpass.
I actually liked what I saw from Astralis on their CT side versus North, and the fact that it wasn't so heavily based around middle, and I think that's something which they can pull out against SK as well. I think for them on their T side, a good way would be looking how to exploit that window and connector area, because we did see a bit of a mix-up from SK. They had Fallen playing more limbo towards A with the AWP as opposed to there being a huge presence on the window room, and Fur's there, and he has to pick either connector or window. He doesn't really have a lot of support. They kind of give him, the graces to choose where he wants to go. So if they can work out how he likes to make decisions around that area, exploit that part of the map, they can put a lot of pressure on A or B when going for splits.
Okay, keep our eyes on that. Yanko, who do you believe we get to see that overpass that everyone at home wants?
I'd really like to think so. I feel like we might have a similar game on our hands like we had on Train, and a big point is going to be those pistol rounds, right? Astralis just needs more room to work with in their gun rounds. Also, like, just imagine if in that first half on Train, they won rounds in a different order. They won 5 gun rounds, basically, or 4 in an anti-eco. If you do like that in a different order, if you win 2 gun rounds in a row, then you get, another anti-eco, and if you manage to do that again, suddenly instead of 5, you got 9 rounds because of the way economy works. So that just tells you it could have gone either way, but something tells me, the SK is fired up here, and the way they play Fallen on the CT side, combat topping style, right? They can get in front of that execute, play close-up ramp. That's something that can disrupt Astralis in their style, where they still go for, a fair amount of those set pieces instead of just choking you out or squeezing you in, similar to how VP likes to play.
God damn, okay, the scene is set. Chad, just the final closing thought is with you.
Pressure points on Glaive and Kyobi towards that A bomb side. I think they're going to need to step up individually here and get some multi-frags to give the rotations a big chance.
Okay, I was nearly going to swear then. Hell yeah, let's get into this one. It is time for SK Astralis Map 2. Some individuals on both sides have to step up, and some individuals at the casting desk are about to as well. Let's jump back in with the Creamy Bears as we see if we get to a third.
Yes, indeed, Alex. They're having a hard time on the desk, keeping it PG-13.
I would wish they would just swear.
Yeah,
I've been teased so much. I wish they would just, you know, say it, just do it.
Do you notice how close Sponge got? That was
the best part about Sponge is that he thinks it's like an accomplishment that he should be praised for not saying that word.
But listen, it's a cultural thing in Australia.
Yeah.
It's not even his fault. So I think he could actually get away with it.
Yeah, it's in his DNA, isn't it?
I think you could take that away from him.
Do it, Sponge.
Now, yeah, definitely. Now that but someone who's definitely not going off track right now is SK Gaming. Great performance for them on Train. Now we're going to be on Mirage, their own map pick. I'm really excited for this map. I feel like one of the best additions to Astralis lately is the fact that they have been playing way more aggressively, sort of, you know, they've just had like 3 rounds out of the 15 and a half that they sort of, where they've been very aggressive, where they really tried to like throw it up. Didn't see that much out on Train, not as much as we have been seeing.
No, but I did like the sense that they opened up that CT half with some more individual players, because that always struck me as that team where like they have really strong individual players, but none of them like want to take the individual fights if they can avoid it. They're always thinking of ways to be in teamwork mode, which is great. It feels weird to complain about that, but I did like seeing like, you know, Kirby on top of the Train just going into mid as a CT and like peeking over the top and getting that pick in T mid, and things of that nature. You know, Zipnik's pushing up inner just to get that 1 kill. You have to throw those wrinkles in, because you know what? SK is going to do it. On the T side for Astralis on this map, they're going to have to be so mindful of Palace and of A ramp. We've seen the number of times Fallen takes that close angle with the AWP. We've seen Fur push Palace a number of times. I mean, Fur's going to push mid, he's going to push underpass, he's going to push Palace and A ramp. I mean, so they just have to be so prepared. And here's the tough part. On a map like Mirage, if you drop the ball, even if Fur pushes and doesn't get a kill, the massive amount of information that can get for you on the extremities of this map is so deadly to anything you want to do on the T side.
It's absolutely going to be exciting, and we'll see if they can find a way to find it back here on the Astralis side. The deciding map would be Overpass if we get to it, and I can't think of anything better. I feel like the universe, Moses, has set us up for something like this. The simulation.
We deserve this, don't we? We deserve a third map here.
I think it's about time. We're going to get into the game here, and already Astralis pushing into the middle. Cold Zero looking for a fight. They're very close. The device will take him down. That's a good way to get started. Taco's in so much trouble in this bomb site. They're coming in from every which angle, and he can't get the flick, and Fur is going to be down. So that's a really quick round. And is there finally going to be a pistol round win for Astralis?
It's a beautiful thing. It brings a tear to your eye, really. Highly aggressive from Astralis. We didn't see Fur got hit in the head early on in that round and was forced passive. I have to imagine he got gooshed up in window, and that's what kind of allowed, you know, the catwalk attack to be so aggressive, or I mean so effective. Was Cold Zera had nowhere really to go. His backup was kind of eliminated from the equation. Taco as well in upper B, he was trying to fall back, and when Cold Zera falls that quick as well, there's nowhere safe for him to go. So great job by Astralis, keeping the pressure on when they find any advantage.
It's one of those things that has not been working out well in this tournament for Astralis. Lots of other things have, but the pistol rounds have been lacking horribly. And they're going to go with a 5 UMP buy. All right.
Well, and there's a 4 Deagle buy on the SK side of things, and 2 flashbangs. So where exactly are those going to be used? Because Fallen is over towards A behind Ticket Booth. He's got no one near him at A ramp, at least, if he wanted to flash down that for his team. So I'm confused of what these flashbangs are for the moment.
Could be a recipe for disaster here for Astralis if they run into too many Deagles. Bolts trying for a blind shot inside of the smoke. They're clearing out the bomb site nicely, but those Deagles are always a threat. That Molotov not clearing out anybody. Glaive wants to go for the plant. Is he going to be safe doing it? It seems like he will be, so this is a bit strange. SK just unable to put the Deagles into use because of the massive amount of smokes coming in. Finally, Bolts has got one, and somehow Device. Too many targets. Finally, Bolts goes down, but this is very risky. Big kill coming in from Sip Dupree with one on Taco, but again, remember the bomb is planted on the other side of the box here. So if they get the kill on Kirby, maybe something could happen. Defuse attempted at least. Oh, and a Molotov to force him off. That might be good enough here. SK Gaming doing significant damage, but they don't have the kit to finish out the round. So really, really great play from them. I mean, 3 kills, definitely a good job, but if they could have had just a bit more.
It did look a little sloppy from Astralis, I'm not going to lie. I feel bad being negative about them, even though they win the round. But there was a chance there for SK to inflict massive damage and even maybe steal that one away. But the Molotovs help recover it from that defuse coming in. A 10-second, obviously, in that round.
Don't feel bad, Moses. Just give it to him
Should
straight.
I just smash him?
Yeah, if they make mistakes, I mean, then they should get it. Absolutely. I say that as the captain of the
Astralis fan club, the Danish fan club, I think, in general. Yeah,
we could put it like that. Kirby walking into a headshot. Gotta be a little bit careful, although they have significantly less firepower here on the SK side, so should be okay for Astralis. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate. Sip doing his best to clear it out. There's some confusion going on here. But he's got the bomb side.
No, but you like to see that from Zip, taking the initiative out of Palace as well when he knows he's heard all the communication from his teammate of how many players are in middle for SK and how many people are fighting across the map. So good call from him to take over that A bomb site. Now really there's no danger left in this round, even if there was a very little from those pistols. Good kill from coldzera, not going to be able to salvage too much. And Furs actually made the right call, but he only has a USP. So he'd have to get very, very fortunate here.
It's such a shame, because at this range, when they're sort of running out of the bomb site, P250 or something could have been great. coldzera had one, but he was taken down almost immediately. Fur looking for an opening, not quite getting it. They did get 2 kills, dupreeh and Device. That's still pretty good for SK considering the overall weapon situation now. There's that AWP on Fallen.
Yeah, that's the big thing is, you know, the second round, Fallen only invests in those flashbangs, so he can bust out the AWP. I think he can even get utility and some armor as well if he goes for it. So good call from him. He's going to be situated as best as possible in this 4th round. They are missing some flashbangs, as you can see, as we normally see on these 4th rounds. How much aggression does SK want to open this game up with? I feel like normally with them, I feel like they wait until they have some economy behind it to get too crazy. That's exactly what's happening here. This seems to be more default from the defense. Fallen's going to be at triple boxes with that AWP, but they're playing inside the bomb site. So they're committed to this. It's win or lose on this execute.
Yeah, there's no way out right now for the SK members on the A site. Smokes are raining in. That Molotov deep behind the triple box is so big, and Fallen has to evacuate, but Bolts is sort of stuck here. So how is he going to get any help at all? Fallen trying to be up on the ticket booth. Bolts has to come in big, and that's a nice headshot. Shutting down Kirby. dupreeh goes down. Fallen next. Great defense put up right here for SK Gaming. Bit of a failed grenade, and Glaive will get the kill and the follow-up as well, taking down Fallen. It was all looking so good for the Brazilian side, but now definitely still up in the air, and the bomb, are they walking back? This is a huge turnaround for Astralis. That's a hard play to call.
One thing those fights did for the SK side, even though it looked great and then it kind of collapsed in the middle to bring it back into a 3-on-3, used all the utility. The fight was going on as those smokes faded away, so Astralis had no safety to get that bomb planted. That's why you're seeing this readjustment. Fur pushed up towards middle. He's not going to hear these footsteps. No rotation yet for the SK side. Fallen had a kit, so Taco needs to have the awareness to pick that up. They would help so much on the retake to help them use more time.
And time is really the big question right now. I mean, not only is there under 30 seconds, but SK are far away from the rotation, so you're absolutely right about that kit. And it seems like Astralis don't really slow it down. They're walking not to make any noise, but they haven't really stopped on their way to the bomb side. And now they've made noise, they're going to go for it. What an incredible call coming out from Astralis, not showing themselves at top mid either. You can see SK were thinking, if they're going to rotate B, surely someone's going to make noise top mid.
This is a really, really good call, though. If you know SK Gaming, they like to play these situationals, these kind of late round situations together. They do not like to split up. And Taco has picked up the kit. He's got the AWP as well. He's still very, very far back, so I don't think they're going to go for this. They've just positioned themselves to get all the exit kills, and they just call it a win for Astralis. They want to keep the weapons for the next round. They don't want to get into an economic funk early on.
That's such a strange way for this round to play out. Once everything is committed to A, you kind of expect the round to end there. The call to actually fall back with the bomb already on the site, all the way out to B, obviously turned out to be a brilliant call, but it was hard to know that, I feel like, beforehand. Sip and Glaive are both gone, so just Device going to survive the blast. I mean, yeah, they're just going to have to rebuy 2 rifles, and they killed 4 members of Astralis. It's not a bad pick at all.
No, it's not, and that's the best it possibly could have turned out for SK Gaming in this round. So they'll get another buy out of it. What do they have next to the rifles is the big thing. But this is the impressive part. I mean, they're in a 5-on-3 here. Bolts was pretty much all on his own. Fallen, it's just so difficult to get away when you're there, isn't it? But you can see all the smokes are fading at that point, and they know the rotations are coming, so that's why they make the call to bounce out and rotate to the other side of the map. Speaking of which, uppercut from Astralis. They're just going to do a contact play through the smoke, but it's just dupreeh. He gets the fight he wanted, but doesn't want to commit to it. No reason to risk that much early on.
They did this before when they were playing against, what was it, North?
Yes.
I think dupreeh was onto something similar. Now Fallen is very aggressive over at the B hallways. This could be a great shutdown play. He's got backup as well behind him, and a 2-for-1, shutting down Glaive and Device. That can't get any better. 5 versus 3 now. If you're Astralis, man, that is just a punch in the gut, isn't it?
Yeah, the mobility from Fallen, we've touched on it a number of times. You can see it here. They catch him off guard. Flashbang even coming out and Fallen dodging it perfectly. Here, Astralis now, the goal becomes take guns away from the CT side. And if it's not a win, get kills. Dupree, a fight there with Fur, but he loses that. Nice job using the wall perfectly for Fur. Now SK can pretty much just get passive.
So well played. I love the fact that they had Cold Sierra nearby as well, down at the catwalk. So if Fallen had to fall back, he would have had backup there from a rifle really quickly. So it's pretty well thought through, I would say, from the SK side. A little bit of a jump there. It's going to cost Cold Sierra his life. There's still 30 seconds left, so they should be slowing this down. There's only one person, I'd say just one, but it is Fallen with the AWP on the site. They could get him killed. This would get very awkward indeed. 20 seconds now. Astralis looking to change, what, a 2 versus 5 here. Flashbang into the middle. Fur going to go for the peak. Sip gets one, and the second from Kjaerbye. And just like that, we're in a 1 versus 1. 10 seconds. Kjaerbye going to go for the bomb plant here. Fallen coming in. He's almost there. The timing is with him. A headshot. Kjaerbye taking him down, and that's a massive turnaround. SK Gaming, they are going to remember this round for quite a while.
Another 3-on-5. This cannot happen for SK. I do not know why they continue. I don't know why they continue to take those fights in middle. Cold Zero on catwalk, jumping over the smoke. Bolts peeking in window. These things don't need to happen. You have such a big advantage. You don't need to be fighting that far from the bomb sites. That's brutal. Astralis again just proving this is the best team in the world at playing at a man disadvantage situation.
Very shocking outcome from that round. 5 in a row here now for Astralis, and it did not look like that was ever going to be a winnable round. Couple of mistakes for SK Gaming. They bring it back. Device gets shut down, and there's no one there that could even save the AWP or refrag the kill, so a little bit of a shame. Dupree did get far into the middle. Going to be taking down Bolts, leaving Fallen. He's trapped in a corner. He could be dangerous when this happens. Tries for the fight, and he's down to 16 health.
I don't know how he's gotten away, Anders. I don't know how he's even alive, but the question still remains, do they want to go for it? If they do, Taco's the closest one here, and they're falling back. But actually, Taco, that kill might bring him back. That kill might tell SK they want to go for it. It's delaying the plant so much, they have time to get into position again. There's no kits. Cold Zero, this would be a big fight to win. Open up the rotation into the site for him. Dupree still taking it, running out of bullets. 2 players in SK are so low, but I think they want this now.
They need to get these kills really quickly. Astralis making a critical mistake. I think where they wanted to plant the bomb was just not working out. Dupree almost getting shut down, and now SK, I mean, this has to be so incredibly quick when they don't have a kit picked up. They need to go fast, and Glaive is rotating into the middle. Sip, maybe the first point of contact. In fact, it's Dupree taking down Cold Sierra. Still 3-on-3, and SK, they might have given up a lot of rifles here. Is anyone on the bomb? They're trying to defuse a long time, but Sip is there just perfect timing for him, and Fallen going to try and run away and save the AWP, which it looks like he's going to be able to. 6 rounds for Astralis. These rounds are down to just really minor mistakes from both teams.
Yeah, they're really crazy. I think that one kill from Taco did lure SK into going for that. I think they wanted to save up until that happened, but you can't really blame them for it. It happened quick enough. Just again, very patient on the retake, and the fact that they couldn't find that kill on Dupree, I think was the nail in the coffin.
The really strange thing is, why did Glaive plant on that side of the box when they had jungle and connector? There were 2 players there from Astralis, so he wasn't going to get shot from mid or cat, I mean, unless they had to win the first fight, right?
Could have been Fallen on a ramp. I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like, but he was, yeah, maybe that was what they were worried about. There was definitely something about that plant position that seemed a little bit dodgy.
Or it would have been Taco and CT spawn, actually. That would have been the one that did it, because he got that kill.
Yeah.
That would have been the one why he planted there. I mean, still, regardless, I mean, it's a great round from Astralis. The big thing to notice is that one kill, Device gets taken out by an M4 that was on the top of stairs, and then Fallen shows himself with that shotgun immediately on the death. So Device calls out 2 players, and that's what causes Astralis to be so aggressive coming up connector, because they know there's 2 players who has attention towards a ramp. So they know they have that avenue in to attack the site. But very, very close rounds, and SK now is lost a couple big clutches. They have an AWP on Fallen, but pistols to surround it.
And it's far away from this bomb site, so the pistols have to buy a lot of time. Astralis look like they want to try and go for it. Good grenades, bolts, not standing a chance there. They're just all flashed all the time here. And the rest of them, Taco and Fur, they can't do anything in connector. Fallen's finally shown up, but This seems like madness.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why he's still here. He needs to bail out. That's a good kill, but he's so low. I don't think there's a chance they let him get away with this. But he's managed to sneak himself in towards jungle, and they haven't spotted him yet. Drop was too late getting into the action. Oh, this would be great for Fur if he can find it, and he does. Device goes down. It's now a 3-on-3, and Fallen's got a kit. If Astralis makes a mistake here, and lets one more player fall early on, this retake will happen. But
yeah, he's gonna back off. I mean, definitely could have been something.
Yeah.
They're still just looking for the exit frags right now, but that was... I mean, this is what's interesting about SK, right? You can sort of tell that what they're doing is they're setting themselves up in a position where if Astralis make a mistake, then they're there. They're
Yes.
ready immediately. That's what they're hoping for.
The tough part is they've been lured into a couple situations where they haven't fully been able to save the guns. You know, if you're going to do that, if you're going to wait for an Astralis mistake, I mean, to be perfectly honest, sometimes you're going to be waiting a very long time. But you know, if you're going to set up for exit kills and just hope for a mistake to make that retake happen, they've gotten a little bit of that mistake that's caused them to go forward. But you have to at some point make the call to save those guns. Otherwise, this like long con economy game isn't worth it. And now they're down what 7-0. They can't really do that anymore. They need rounds on the board, and they need them soon.
Yeah, where's the tactical timeout? Where's the bounce back?
I think it'll come after this if they can't manage to win with double op setups. This is usually that tactic they fall into if nothing else is working. So it usually bails them out of a tough spot, at least initially, but that's not what you want at all. Bolt seemed very, very, I guess, lack of confidence in taking that peek.
Yeah, we talked about peeking with intent. This is more like sort of, oh wait, I have an M4 and not an AWP, so I'm gonna fall back.
Oh god, I don't actually want to do this. What have I done?
The instant regret. And now they've all rotated back from middle. This could be another great execute for Astralis.
Oh, Fallen, he wanted to take that peek. He flashes himself, though. There's a chance, and he misses that shot, or actually tags him through the wall. Astralis is abusing this A bomb site, and again, Fallen's going to be forced back by Molotov. He's going to be cut off by smokes. There's no one in CT spawn. I think SK Gaming, with the investment into a double up, they've got to save this, and Fur's going to burn.
And these positions right now for SK are really hard to defend. One guy falls, and then this A bomb site's completely open. Fallen wants to take a jump over to try and see if he can spot the bomb plant. He's going to go for it once, but he's getting taken down by Sip. Edge of the smoke right there. So again, 5 versus 3, unless they make a big mistake on the Astralis side. Within the next 10 seconds, it's time to leave. And now, it definitely is. Fur is out of the round, and Taco's going to be gone as well. This is collapsing. SK Gaming.
This is what I'm talking about. I mean, why haven't they made the call to save? Why haven't they played for that econ game when it's a 3-on-5 at a certain point? You need to just bail out. Now coldzera is in a really, really tough spot. He's being surrounded. He's got to fight his way out. That's a nice shot. Oh, another one! Makes it look good, even in a losing effort.
The first one was actually a 2-for-1 through the edge.
Not bad. You like to see that.
My God.
But listen, SK looks so uncomfortable right now. They look lost on an individual effort, on individual level on how to really defend this A bomb site. They're just getting beat up.
Yeah, this is not what we're used to seeing out of them on the CT side. We had the one round where Fallen was aggressive in the hallway, and they should have won that round. It started with a W 2-for-1 kill. Yep. That should have been it. Where's the creativity coming from? Where's the tactical timeout? They've had one of them, but
they've had 2 rounds they've lost in 5-on-3 or in the first 6 rounds of this game. So I mean, they've lost that big clutch to Kirby as well. It's difficult times. coldzera's going to nail that shot. 3 does fall, so they found 1 op. Just the response though. There's no execute coming out at the A bomb site. They've got 2 players poised to take mid control. Fur in the window would defend against that.
I love that position from coldzera, because half the time when you kill someone there, they just get put in the couch. They just sort of sit.
They just slouch.
Yeah, I love it. So a little detail. Yavu sneaking on in against Fur. Bolts has got the UMP, but it looks like there's a bit of aggression over at the A ramp. In fact, they want to go aggressive. SK Gaming, even after getting the opening kill, that's very dangerous. Shadow is spotted, and that's such a lot of information to Sip to work with. Now Device going to be walking in, or looking for it. That should have definitely been a kill, so big mistake there, but they still want to help each other out. They know that Bolts is up here. That Molotov is going to make his life very hard indeed, and the Flames already doing a bit of damage. There comes a second one. He still gets the kill on Sip, jumping down. The Flames are going to catch him, but that was way too much. They should have been able to capitalize on that a bit more, and coldzera shows up with the AWP to take down Glaive, leaving Device gone as well. Finally, something works.
And it was such a tense battle at that A ramp. That's a shot. Device. If he hits that, that makes things so much easier. But not able to land it. This is that beautiful shot. There's the double you talked about, and the follow-up is just great. At that point, you kind of know you're going to die if you're Cold Zera. It's just do whatever you can. But finally, they're on the board. One thing we haven't seen yet, Anders, and I don't know if this is because they're just getting so wrecked all across the map that they haven't had money. We haven't seen Fur being aggressive. Maybe they came into this and they said, listen, Astralis is the kind of team that's going to have a game plan that's going to be able to punish you, maybe lay off it a bit. But regardless, Astralis has no fear of the early aggression just because it's simply not happening yet.
The number of times in the past we've seen Fur play straight into underpass, just run in there and take the fight, is quite high. So, yeah, you're right.
This is crazy, though. 1 round win after 8 straight for Astralis, and they're already forced to just have 2 AKs and 3 pistols. Which is, I mean, you talk about economic damage, the T side is so much easier to manage your money.
Yes.
It's a little bit cheaper, obviously, in terms of, not having to buy kit. The AK-47 is cheaper, so the fact that they're forced to save after such a huge run just goes to show that SK's done plenty of damage.
Yeah, that's the whole first 9 rounds pretty much in one resume there. Just 8 rounds in a row and still can't buy once they lose. I mean, not fully anyway. Device managed to sneak very far into the bomb site. He's just waiting. He wants one person to move, and there's not even anyone on this side of the map that can help him. If someone could just flash, maybe that would trigger something, but he's waiting deep in the site, and he's going to go down. That's so much time wasted for really no outcome.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Tough to sit in that position. Tough to make the call to make the play because you just don't know where it is. This B setup looks lost if you're Astralis just because AWP is watching the window. There's Taco with the M4 ready to punish him if he jumps across. But there's no real area left to go for Astralis. They just have to go for it. It blinds him. Cold Zera misses. Taco's up next. They jump out the window. That's an awkward angle, but he gets one. Transfers over with the spray. Does get taken down, but that should be it. Ooh, a nice dink, but Dupree runs out of bullets. That's unfortunate. I don't think Cold Zera is going to give himself up again.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a shame. But ultimately, just a great round here. Team ace for SK Gaming. And it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Now they have the economic upper hand. Astralis don't even get the bomb plant down. They don't really lose many players or no players in this round. So back on track. Is that fair to say?
You'd hope so. I mean, SK Gaming is a tough team when they start to kind of build that momentum. I think this is where, as well, you might start to see those characteristic, aggressive plays. They have a bit of money in the bank. There's a couple players struggling, but I think that's going to be the switch up. And here we are with Fur jumping out the window, holding W, running all the way up mid. He'll hold this angle. There's no mid control coming out for Astralis. That's just a smoke to fake things out. It's Caribou who's going to lurk in the underpass.
A lot of professional players say they really don't like playing against Fur because he's so hard to contain. Even if you know it's coming, even if you've watched the demos and you've planned for it, it still catches you off guard every once in a while, and that's enough. CZ-75s in the 1 Deagle there on Astralis. See what they can do. They have armor and even some utility.
This boost could be perfect. There's no one watching for this at the moment. He's going to find a timing. There is Fur now at top connector. He's in a lot of danger, and he doesn't realize it quite yet. If they force him back out, he's getting aggressive at the exact right moment. But as he falls away, he should get punished here. Back turned, easy kill for Glaive. Now it's on.
This is perfect smoke as well, right onto the ticket booth. Cold Zera is there to pick up Glaive, though. Bomb plant is being delayed just a while because Astralis can't really find anywhere to stand. There's a big flank coming in. Device goes down. That's a huge kill coming out of Bolts. Otherwise, that could have crumbled the CT spawn. But ultimately, great round here for SK Gaming. They managed to slow it down. Cold Zera with a quad kill.
Yes, that's beautiful. And this double op setup has been the answer. It's now a bit of a run for SK, so it's Astralis who's going to be stumped. Now, important to say, with the amount of rounds they already have, this is already a great half for them. They're going to be very, very pleased with this no matter what. But
there's always the psychology, right, of it?
yeah.
If you start up with 8 in a row and that's all you get, you probably
you do kind of feel like you lose that half to a certain degree.
Even if it's a bit greedy, you want more.
Well, here we go. This is the winning formula for Astralis early on in the half. Heavy play towards the A bomb site, just a typical execute. Should be coming in, and it's going to be Zipnik's lurking in Palace.
Oh, this could be explosive. Fallen close range. He's going to have a long sequence of fights if they execute on him right here. The first one is going to be against Zip. Flashbang to force him back into the waiting arms. Oh, there's no one waiting on the ramp. That's a bit interesting. Would have thought maybe they would have tried to time that a bit better on the Astralis side. Still plenty of time, and flashbangs all around, pushing close against Fallen. He's going to go down. Bolts did get one, but that might be it for the moment here. Can they get the bomb plant?
Oh, that's a nice flashbang. Kirby's going to jump right through. He's not aware that Fur's in the smoke behind him. Neither of them are going to notice it. There it is. Fur turns around, gets the kill. It's into a 3-on-3. The bomb's been planted. There's no op on the board for Astralis. Cold Zera has his, and they're all here.
Wait, I need to see a replay of that. That was very strange. Sip is in a good position. They don't have any, well, apart from one smoke to flash him out with. Otherwise, he's going to have some position up here in the apartments. Bomb down in the open. This is not easy if you're SK Gaming 3-on-3 and they have to win the round. They've got to do more. Pushing in aggressive. Sip will get the kill. He gets taken out. Glaive with a headshot on one. And now coldzera showing up. And it's going to be a headshot from Glaive. Picking up the triple. So close. But that is going to break the trend here for SK Gaming. They needed more.
That was a sick attempted retake, but great positioning, great holding from Astralis. You could see as well, there's a time when that smoke comes down onto A ramp where they just say, they recognize it's coming in. And they've obviously done the theory crafting behind it where they just say, if we're about to get smoked out on A ramp, everyone take a fight. Everyone just peek wherever you are. We cannot have two players get locked out by that smoke at A ramp. Xyp9x peeks Palace, kills one before being traded off. Glaive kills one and then gets into good positioning. That is very, very nice. That round on a knife's edge, Fur, as he always is, flirting with danger. Could be a mini battle going on between Kirby and Fur. These smokes in middle.
It's hard to say who's going to come out on top. It seems like Fur has got the perfect angle. Smoke is going to fade, and the spray is just perfect. Taking down Kirby. So now the mid presence is gone. Are they still going to execute here from the ramp and apartments? That's not easy to do.
No, but they have to. They have no map control. They realize someone could be pushed up in B halls, and that's a great flick from Fallen. An even better trade from Device, but there's still a man down. And now the rotations are on. 3 players from SK are already here. Taco's starting to flank. This is a big fight. Fur needs to stay alive.
How do you win this round if you're on the Astralis side? Going for the spray. Glaive will take down Fur. That's a good start, but this boost and CT spawn is very hard to read if you're on the Astralis team. You have to know that it's there, otherwise you could just get picked off, and they're actually going to plant the bomb on the other side, so Device safe for the moment. The boost not coming into play. Now it's down to Taco. That flank has been coming in for a full 20 seconds, and now it's really got to work out. 3-on-3 here for the retake, and everything rides on this. SK don't have the money to lose this round. Device going down. Taco taking his time, leaving Glaive and Sip now 2-on-3. No one defusing the bomb yet. In fact, there's only a kit on Bolt, so gotta be just a little bit careful here. Sip trying to sneak up out of the ramp. He's just making noise for Glaive to come in with the peek. They're defusing the bomb right in front. There's a kill. Sip as well with a headshot. And that leaves coldzera. It crumbles at the last second here for SK Gaming. They needed this round. They had to have it. And coldzera is going to go down. What a great afterplant here for Astralis.
Yeah, sick play from Xyp9x as well. I think he wanted to wrap around from T-spawn back towards mid to be able to get that angle. But once Device falls from Taco's flank, he turns around. He knows Taco is never going to expect someone to come from where he just flanked. And then it's just all juggling aggression. Xyp9x just taking shots, not even peeking.
Yeah.
Drawing the attention, allowing his teammate from jungle to get the kill, and then finding one of his own. This is much different than Train. This is Astralis this time winning all the post plants.
I'm honestly shocked. I mean, part of this can be chalked up to the fact that SK have had a terrible economy here in this first half. It's very hard for them to get the rifles, but part of it is also just Astralis looking way better drilled than I was expecting here on the T side.
Yeah, they look sharp outside of maybe that play. Great shot from Taco, taking off the head of Dupree. Now the rest of Astralis heading up catwalk. Burr gets put down, and this B bomb site is very susceptible, but no one clears out coldzera. He's going to make a play right now. He's pouncing, but I think Kirby hears the footsteps. He turns around. Great awareness from him, and this is the round for Astralis. So they're going to get 11. That's crazy to think. On SK's own map pick on the CT side of Mirage, they're going to be scrambling for 4 rounds.
I mean, just to return to that point as well, if the double orb is what did it for them, then having won so few consecutive rounds means it's...
Yeah, you're not going to have one at the end.
It's so tricky, isn't it?
It's very difficult to build that up. Xyp9x is having himself a great game. We'll see a score at the start of this round. I think it's, what, in the 20s already. He's been phenomenal.
Did a very good job. People getting caught off guard for a moment. I'm impressed to see so many. There's even a Na'Vi. I like that. They're not in the tournament, but it's still good play.
No, they're not at all, are they?
I wasn't expecting so many Astralis signs to wear all the way in Russia, you know.
Yeah, would have expected maybe, I don't know what I would have expected, to be honest with you. I guess I would have expected Na'Vi signs.
Yeah, Na'Vi signs. I mean, it would have been really interesting if Vega or someone could have made their way through, right? That could have been great fun. I think VP are going to have quite a lot of crowd backing here.
You have to imagine that they would.
Yes.
Yeah, they should be the favorites. Well,
11-3, ladies and gentlemen. It's drawing to a close here on the first half. Second map. And, you know, if you're a fan of Counter-Strike, then you want that third map, Overpass.
You definitely do, especially, I mean, these are 2 of the most historic teams we have on Overpass. different time periods, both of these teams have been considered the best on that map, so that could be a huge duel. Well, here's some of that aggression. It's been pretty muted in this half, like you said, possibly because of the economic woes that SK have had. But for now, on the last round, just says, I'm doing it no matter what. Astralis has worked SK across this map so many different times in this half. Mid control is going to lead, and there's Fur with an opening kill.
Great play, and Astralis actually failing to boost into the window, so that slowed them down weirdly, and it definitely didn't look good at all. dupreeh does get a great shot on Fur to shut him down, so 2 versus 3. They have made this work before, Astralis, and they still have 40 seconds.
It's Device again. He's made this play. Is he going to do the same thing? Last time, he just patiently waited in the cubby at this A bomb site for like half a minute and just didn't find anything. Now it feels like he has to make some kind of a play. 30 seconds left on the clock. All of SK is converging onto this A bomb, so there's a flank coming in again from Taco. That's the bomb down, and now Glaive has basically nothing to do.
Yeah, he's got 3 members to find with 19 seconds and or a bomb plant in between some of that. It's just not really possible. He's going to get the kill on Bolts, but all they have to do is hide, and they're going to win the round pretty much no matter what here. Glaive coming into the bomb site, trying to see if he could find anyone, but sprayed down by Fallen, and will be 11-4 in the first half in favor of Astralis, which is still an incredibly one-sided scoreline.
Oh, it's incredible. It's phenomenal from them. That game plan they had really threw SK for a loop, and I was wrong. Xyp9x only has 19 kills, but still a great half from him, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of it did come down. It wasn't like the classic tug-of-war economic battle, but it was SK being very, very conservative in the rounds that they chose to try and retake, and then at some point just getting some kind of massive punish.
I mean, the one round that's really soul-crushing is the 2 versus 5, right? I think it was a 2 versus, at least a 2 versus 4.
Yeah.
I
mean, they had 2 rounds in the first 6. They lost 5 on 3s.
Yeah.
The double from Fallen, and then if you remember, there's that round Bolts in the site got 1 kill. That ended, I think one of those ended, the Fallen double ended with Caribou winning that clutch against Fallen with like 5 HP.
Yeah, so those kind of rounds.
If you want to, for me, I think the big round that kind of defines that half, just because it had so much impact, and it wasn't any kind of crazy play. It was the one round where Astralis is planting the bomb, and Taco actually kills the planter, and they have like a 4-on-3, and they end up losing that. But the fact that Taco gets that kill and delays the bomb plant, it looked like they wanted to save that round, and the fact they go for it really just wrecked any kind of money they were building up.
Let's see how this goes. Astralis won the pistol in the first half. Let's see if they could do it again. If they can, then this might be a very quick adventure here on Mirage. Otherwise, see if SK Gaming can bring it back. They've got the smokes. Nice long-range shot with a Glock against Device. coldzera winning that fight.
Device is alone. coldzera looks like he's on the hunt. Got him fenced in here. Making their way up. Connector, though, and it's going to be an A-hit. Glaive is smoked out. He's still going to try and take the fight. There's 3 players here from Astralis. There goes the first one. There goes the second as well. And the A-bomb site is lost.
Great timing on every single push there for SK Gaming. Maybe except for this last one. For pushing through the smoke, kind of unnecessary. Don't want to give anything back to them here. Just make sure you know where they are and then play accordingly.
I don't think there's a way back into this. Even if a massive mistake from SK occurs, it would be so unlikely. Glaive's pushing in. He's trying to take a fight in Connector. He's committed now. And Fallen just playing with him, just toying with his food. There's a kill from Taco. Bolts finally pounces onto Glaive. So there's the second pistol round going to SK, and boy, did they need it.
Yeah, that's going to allow them to set something up. Now they can have the money early on and going to put some pressure on the Astralis team. Curious to see how they're going to play this one out in terms of the second round buy here. If they're going to go full upgraded pistols and armor, or we've seen some teams not that long ago. I mean, at E-League, there are a bunch of teams that just didn't even go for the armor.
Yeah, I mean, G2 was a team that they did that at Malmo as well. They just only bought the pistols, and that seems to be, at times, the smarter economic decision. It's not the one taken here by Astralis, though. All 5 players have armor, all 5 players have upgraded pistols, 3 CZs, 2 Deagles, and have 1 smoke on Glaive. But it looks like SK spreading out. They're going to be very cautious and much more willing to just probe instead of committing anywhere. So Astralis with these pistols is going to have to be patient.
Bit of a jump down towards the middle. Taco is ready for this. Device, he's been good with the Deagle. Will get a leg shot in on Taco. That's annoying. Now they at least know that there's that 1 Deagle in play, which they maybe could have guessed anyway. Some time being used, but now it seems like they want to reassert control of middle here on the SK side. Caribou. Ooh, that flashbang could be a bit dangerous. Flashing Fur coming out of the underpass. There's a minute left now.
It looked like he wanted to swing out and take that fight. can see it's almost the decision-making. There's aggression from Glaive. He's our bolts down so low. Glaive is hurt as well, but at least pushes bolts back. So Glaive still has the map control, still has the information, and indeed, he's the only player at A. dupree's got to get out of the flames. Still some pressure in connector. SK Gaming can still decide which of the two bomb sites they want to go to. This would be a big kill if coldzera can get it, and he does. Mac-10 goes to work. Now he looks for Xyp9x to make his play up catwalk.
The time is making me a bit uncomfortable, but I think Glaive is going to be in so much trouble in this A side, and they know where he is. The Molotov will do it. Great use of utility, in fact, from SK all throughout this round, really making their jobs a lot easier.
You could see, though, I mean, this is why mid-control on this map is so important right now, is just because SK Gaming has complete mid-control, and Astralis actually, because of the push position of Glaive down A ramp, everyone had rotated over to that B bomb site, but the mid-control allows SK to like pick and choose which bomb site they want to go to at any one point. So they're pressuring connector, they're pressuring catwalk all at the same time, and they just get it whichever way has success. That's probably the way they decide to go to, and this time it's towards the A bomb site.
It's very well done. Always a bit scary when you're down to, 30-some seconds, but they had it under control. Fur will go down, trying to chase him with a Mac-10. coldzera, is he going to risk it around the corner? This is really important for Astralis, though, saving all of these pistols.
Yeah, you have another round, you can have the damage. Kirby 2 kill with Deagle that round. Device is going to have his, so you can still take some guns away. Device having a quiet game here. That's not what you want to see. Well, I mean, to be fair, he's doing that, and they still had a monstrous first half. There's only so many kills to go around. I think that's the explanation we go with here.
Yeah, if he could come into play in the second half, then that's probably all they need to close it out. When the gap between the scorelines here is so big, it's hard to know when you should start to believe in the comeback for SK, right? Because right now they're just fighting pistols. 11-7 is almost an inevitable scoreline. So when you get to that, you could start to say, okay, well, how's Astralis going to do when they have rifles?
Oh, that is a great shot with the CZ. That's going to be frustrating for Taco. Boost over the box, catches him off guard, and Xyp9x is still going to stand his ground here, right around the corner, off angle. Mid control again for SK. They've got all 4 players here. Some tags from Kirby coming in at long range through the smoke. These initial fights from SK have at least forced back the pressure of Astralis at the choke points.
A little bit scary. More damage being done. They've really got to be careful here, SK. They don't want to give up this round and let Astralis back in the game early. Bolts holding a corner, and Xyp, I'm not sure he's realized he's going to go for the fight anyway. He's only got 9 bullets left. A little bit for the reload, 8 in total now, so he's almost out of play, but it's a headshot on Fur. Absolutely ridiculous. Almost took down Bolts as well. Fallen will come in for the kill, but he took a lot of damage. Oh no, Moses, not like this.
This is so sick from Xyp9x. Just a one-man army in this round. coldzera not tagged yet. He's got to win this fight. He's the only one with the HP to take any fights. You can see everyone else is just waiting to cut off rotations, waiting to catch someone unawares. And how did dupreeh miss those bullets? He only needed to shoot him in the foot, and Device now, he's forced back as well, but this is all 3 players of SK low. The time is running down as well.
Glaive, he's got the timing. There's the headshot, 17 seconds. 2 on 2, yes, but the health is just not really there for SK. They need to do something. A headshot from Bolt will bring it back. That's the double kill, and now Device coming in, and he's low as well. 7 seconds left. The bomb plant behind the boxes, and Fallen goes down. It's all on Bolt. Out in the open, and somehow Device is going to be able to get that kill. 12 health, and a huge turnaround here for the Astralis team. That's so unlikely.
Look at him just giggling. He knows he's just gotten away with one. He had no HP to take that fight. Obviously, he can't know that his opponents have nothing as well. What a brilliant round from Xyp9x, though. The opening kill, doing damage to the next player he sees on catwalk, and just holding his ground against AK-47s with the CZ. As you said, running out of bullets. The clothesline on Fur is the big one. That's beautiful stuff from Xyp, and even with his teammates missing a couple easy shots, he still managed to hold on.
We talked about Device being absent. That was his 6th kill. So those are good kills to get.
Yeah, fair play. Your score no longer matters when you win a 1-on-2. I mean, that's huge. You have to find some way to have an impact, and being clutch is one of the ways Device can contribute, even if he's low in the frag count. Mid control again coming out for SK. A little bit of chip damage coming in from Kirby through the smoke. Taco's brought down to 73. I'm gonna go through that. He's just waiting at the base of the stairs. He was waiting for a pop flash, and he has gone through now. Hoping that Kirby just walks into his crosshair, but he's got to be mindful of everything. He's not mindful of that, but thankfully Device can't land the shot.
A bit nervous, Device does not want to get picked off. Is there going to be a flash for Dupree? That would be a great way to open this round. SK Gaming, if they lose this one, it's going to get very awkward. And Sip is actually down in the underpass. Oh, they're right on top of him. He catches the perfect timing there, and that's the bomb even falling down. Oh, no.
Oh, coldzera responds with the equalizer, but yeah, they still have to deal with the fact that the bomb is down. Bolts is watching for any push over towards A. Dupree gets another kill.
That could have been a team kill from Device on the other side. Gotta be very careful with that lineup. That kill on Bolts makes almost 100% sure that they have this round on the Astralis team.
This is great. I mentioned Astralis on train doing some kind of individual plays here as well. They're all spread across the map. This defense isn't together, and they're all just finding their kills. Fur's going to have great discipline on Xyp9x. There's the kill coming out, but still no bomb. Device is going to get the op at the angle, and that's an easy kill for him. Couple of kills in this round for the Opera of Astralis. You hope that gets him into the action. You could just see this second shot. He's just... What a reaction from him in a high-pressure situation. That's when your heartbeat is really going wild, especially at low HP.
Sonic as well, losing his mind in the background.
In a team where the players are all just like cold, emotionless when they play, like they're like the most composed team, and Sonic, like it seems like he's just taken all of their emotion away.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
He's space jammed their feelings.
Amazing. 13-6 here, moving into the 20th round. SK Gaming needs some kind of magic to get back into this game. They have the buffer of having one map #1, so I guess there's always that. But nothing's been working out for them on this map. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they seem to get started at least on the right foot, but I mean that eco, I mean, just kind of shuts them down with just the pistols from Astralis. And I mean, once again, we didn't even mention it when the round happened, but those are all pistols that they saved from the second round. Remember, they didn't win that, and they saved 3 of them, and they're able to make those work. So, great job from them. And yeah, SK has no answer, no impact on this map on either side of it. A couple nice shots here and there individually, but the team cohesion on this map just does not seem to be present at the moment.
Oh, that's annoying, though. Taco gets the 1 kill on the open window, and no one can pick it up when the round ends. It's a little detail, I mean, but the money's actually not that great for Astralis, so kind of a good job.
No, but with this big of a lead, right? Like the economy thing, you obviously don't want to get reset by any means. That one's obvious. But at this distance between the score lines, it's going to take 2-3 resets for SK to even be in striking distance of this game. So Astralis has plenty of time, and they have one big advantage in this round as well. It's the op on Device, but not on Fallen.
Molotov there, making sure coldzera can't help out Fallen. Glaive really wants to take this peek. Is he going to risk it? Puts up a smoke right in front and is playing at the edge of it. This could be a bit of a coin flip.
They could. I imagine Glaive will start to back off as that smoke fades, though, obviously with the timing in his head. And ooh, that was dangerous.
Kirby actually had the flashbang primed behind him. He was selecting it to flash Glaive in. I think they feel like it's coming, and he's running right past, so definitely the wrong read there. Easy kill for Fallen.
Yeah, I mean, not to check that corner. Glaive should have realized he didn't clear that all the way around the edge of that smoke. That's unfortunate. Thought he could get more than he bargained for.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, and I think he tricked himself probably. Like,
yeah, that Molotov, I'm sure he has to have thought that Molotov spread to the corner, and that's why he didn't clear it all the way. But that's a crucial mistake here in a big round for SK. They have the opening pick. They have 5-on-4. Now they're going to be able to get mid-control. They have 2 players at the top. This is going to be a B split. Work up catwalk, work into B halls. There's no player actually in the B site. Dupree has to be stellar.
It's up on the ladder. They're going to come and check him. That's an instantaneous headshot taking down Fallen, and now coldzera comes for the fight, and he will win it as well. Dupree out of the round. Nobody on the B bomb site. Looking a lot better here for the Brazilian team. Strong headshot comes in from Sip, and the bomb is down with 19 seconds to go. So let's see how this works out. 3-on-3, and Device, he's got the angle into the bomb site, but no one is showing themselves just yet, and there's only 1 flashbang on Device, so is that going to be enough for the retake here? They do have kits. Flashbang goes in, and Sip comes charging through. He's going to be down by bolts immediately, and they've run out of time and luck here. Simply have to back off.
Yeah, if that flashbang doesn't work, you could see the rest of them waiting patiently in market. And if that doesn't work out, this is just a save call coming in. So smart for Astralis. We mentioned their economy wasn't good. I think they had 2 players at critical levels of money. So this is the way they can have another buy in the next round. They keep that AWP. They can drop some weapons over. But SK at least not giving them overtime quite yet. They're not giving them map point quite yet.
Yeah, and I mean, that does change a little bit when you realize, oh man, the best we could do now is fight to get into overtime.
Yeah, that is a
same.
bit soul-crushing when you only have 6-7 rounds on the board. Either way, nicely done from SK. All based off that opening pick and then mid-control. I mean, it's two different styles we've seen here. Astralis was very, very execute-heavy at the A-bomb site. SK has been much more reliant on mid-control. You don't like that.
Oh, a bit of a failed grenade. Gotta be careful. Device sneaking back in with the AWP, trying to see if he could maybe get a kill over the smoke. But pretty rapid mid-control coming out from the Brazilian side here. And they actually turn around and get that kill. It's Bolts who's up in the apartment, shooting Device in the back, and maybe he could have got it. Tries again and fails. That's a big giveaway there.
That's a big kill to miss, but this 2 rounds in a row now that Bolts has found a great fight from Palace, so I think he's going to continue to pressure that position. There's Glaive, finds some space on A ramp, gets the flanking kill, Furs equalized, but again coming up catwalk off this mid-control, Dupree can't handle it, and the defense just collapses oh so quickly. Device has gotten over towards B. This needs to be a huge hold. Oh, but the change of direction in midair, Taco takes him down.
Yeah, what an annoying jump, but what a great kill for Taco. And Glaive is going to be finding one shot on Fur here. You have to imagine that all they have to do is just wait. Don't really give him any chance, and it should all be fine. He's trying to see if he could maybe sneak in a kill and, more than that, save the rifle here. We're talking about these resets all the time, and Astralis, see how many they can afford before this gets ugly. Taco will find Glaive at the end, an 8-14 scoreline.
I think it's now. I think it's now that they're going to be reset, that they're going to be on a low buy. So, dangerous situation to be in. We mentioned that Astralis was going to need, what, like 2 or 3 to get, or I mean, SK would need 2 or 3 to get back into the action, but this is a good start, and they seem to have found some success. Dupree needs a little bit more help on catwalk these previous 2 rounds. Bolts has found a way to really pressure this defense and send a lot of confusion their way. Glaive is being aggressive on A ramp. That's something SK can look to take advantage of in the future.
Yeah, that's at least twice he's done it, so interesting to see if that's going to play out. Fur on a mission with the MAC-10, and they don't have any armor, so really this should be one of those great rounds where you can finally get a little bit of breathing space. Fur eventually goes down, but he did enough.
It is so funny when we've talked to other pros in the scene, like other teams and other players, they always mention, like almost with like frustration and hatred in their voice, how Cold and Fur on eco rounds are like the biggest frag hunters in the world. They're like they just want to farm. They just rush everything with MAC-10s.
Yeah, but it's working out. I think Cold has got 21 kills or something now?
It's getting a little bit ridiculous. He's having a good game.
He has had, in sort of his history of playing with this team, a really, really good track record on Mirage. He's definitely a high-powered player there. If it could be enough to sort of turn it around against Astralis, surely that would be a bit of a historic performance from him. 14-9, it's still possible. They're still in the game. They have not given up yet. And again, Astralis economy is all the time now, and pretty much for the rest of the game probably will be at the edge of the eco. Bolts sneaking in.
This is such a mind game. Oh, Device is going to miss that shot, but there's Bolts. Bolts has been aggressive in Palace. Astralis sends 2 players to counter that, and Bolts actually gets aggressive on A ramp right behind them. That's beautiful. They've got to be careful, though. Glaive is going to be in T-spawn, and the bomb is here all alone on Fallen.
Yeah, but is it going to be enough here? Device is in so much trouble. Somehow he gets the kill on Fur. Really well done. The grenade will take him down, but that is more than he could have hoped for. Glaive is going to be spotted up in the apartment, so now he's slightly isolated. Pretty good flashbang to buy some time, and Dupree comes in, long-range spray, and he misses the first barrage, so Glaive has gone down in the meantime, and this round is simply falling apart here for the Astralis team. Headshot from Taco, and Sip coming in with a flank. Bolts with another triple here, doing so much work.
Yeah, he opened this round up so very well, and that is a mind game that he was setting up and playing over the course of 4 or 5 rounds. That's beautiful work from him at the A site. It's given SK the 10th round in this second map. And Astralis is just starting to get beat by the aggression from SK players. All of a sudden, it just seems SK, everyone is just like, all right, you know, just everyone look for a fight. Everyone, wherever you've been playing for this entire half, just, you know how they've been playing against you. Just look for a fight that you can win. And at the moment, it's working oh so well.
It's very impressive. Not easy to come back from. Was what, 11-4 in the first half? So
yes.
So coming back now to 14-10.
Not to mention they lost the 3rd round to those pistols.
Yes.
A little bit of a 3-round streak from Astralis early on in the second half.
Wow. Even halfway blind getting that kill on Glaive. Very well done. Definitely an impressive performance from boltz here in the second half. But it has to continue. Focus has got to be all the way through here. And Astralis again back on CCs. They saved the M4 on Sip, and he really wants to go aggressive with it. It seems like SK have read this situation very well. And a spray from Cold is going to be taking down at least Glaive. There's a refrag though.
That's pretty cool though. Sending Glaive up first with the CZ, so Xyp9x with the M4 can get the easy kill, the easy trade. It's all down towards holding off, and Fallen spots the shoulder of one. The M4 is falling back towards the B bomb site. Another win. Put the M4 in the hands of Xyp9x, and he'll make something happen for you. He's had a phenomenal game on both sides of the map. How aggressive does Fur want to be? It seems like he's at least been put passive, and now they've spotted out. That's a narrow angle. Ducks under the shots of Xyp9x as well, and I think now is the time he just falls away.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, if he does, Kjaerbye's right behind him. He's got the pistol out as well with the knife, sorry. First still wins the fight. That's a little bit awkward. Device right on the slope in front of boltz, who finally goes down. So this time Device is going to win that battle, which he hasn't for a while. And they've lost so many of these rounds already, SK. If it happens again, then I don't see them recovering from it. 2 versus 3 here. They're trying to see if they can get onto the A site. They're already going to be sandwiched in.
Dupree's got all the information though, and they're going to have Device with an AK-47 is going to come back to A-ramp as soon as Dupree spots something. Oh, but that timing from Fallen, but he's got to cross with the bomb, and that makes it easy. The timing for Dupree works out perfectly, and it's just Fur in a 1-on-3, but Xyp9x has spotted him, a triple kill. He had the only weapon they brought into the round, an M4, and he gets 3.
Yeah, very impressive. The first 2 kills, he just goes looking for them, right? He's not just waiting around and hoping that someone is going to show up. He's really out there hunting.
He's so smart in what he does after the kills. He always seems to know like where the next fight is going to come. It's a great job reading the game from him. He's really zoned in. Interesting
turn of events here. 15-10 map point for Astralis now. SK do have money, but you have to assume that their spirits will have been broken a little bit. Maybe not Fallen though. That's an incredible shot to take down Device.
Big advantage now. Dupree, this is going to be awkward. Molotov's flashbangs force him back. Fur eats some nade damage, but need a kill here. More nade damage coming out onto Fur, down to 44 HP. That'll temper the aggression, at least for the moment. And there's a good boost. Dupree on top of the box. Oh, how does Fur win that? He is caught so off guard. He eventually does fall, but it took 3 nades.
That was very strange. Good little peek there from boltz. Even if he's down to 4 health, it's still going to give them that 2. Well, make that 1 versus 4. Kjaerbye, the only one left. He's over by the A bomb site, and the bomb is making its way into B. So now it's just a question of saving the rifle.
Astralis just walking into the blender of mid control from SK. For some reason, they really wanted to take those fights there. Now, Dupree probably wins that more often than not, but doesn't work out that way this time. SK's got 11. Despite the fact that Astralis is on map point to bring this to the 3rd map, SK is within striking distance. This can be a run that they can go on here at the end and bring us into overtime.
And I'll be honest, if this goes into overtime, I can't even imagine the burst of energy from SK if they get that far. And also, and I mean almost sort of inversely on Astralis.
The deflation.
Yeah, that sinking feeling that we may have given up our chance here. Oh. 28 kills on Sip.
Yeah, they're not giving up without a fight. They buy into this. Low on utility, Glaive and Device now have nothing, but they've got 3 M4s and an AWP and contact play towards the B bomb site. Big job for Xyp9x to do. He gets the first kill. They now know where he is. He's got no backup. It's on catwalk. It's there. Xyp9x with 2.
He's doing so much right now. That's 30 kills for him before he finally goes down. And it's Fur with a double in return, so still a 3-on-3. Holding the line into the bomb site. Here is Device, but it looks like they might want to peek him. This is going to be dangerous. Fur, ever aggressive. Is he going to have the timing for it? He's got the AK right on the edge. This could actually close it out. He's going to go for the spray. Takes 1, but Glaive is there in time to refrag him. So it's going to end at the triple. 2 versus 2. Kjaerbye coming in from the catwalk, gets spotted by boltz, and yeah, the grenade, shuffling out the grenades quite a lot here. That's very dangerous, and boltz forced in, back behind the bench, looking for the long-range spray, even taking a little bit of shot through the wall. Is going to win it against Kjaerbye, and that's great play from him. Now Glaive is alone, couldn't really help out Kjaerbye, and he's going to go down. boltz winning it for his team, and it gets a little bit closer. How did they lose a round when Sip opens up like that?
It's so difficult. The tough part is that position is so very strong when it's a crossfire, right? The fact that you could see it's not a big change of angle for Fur. He gets the 1 kill on Dupree. It's a really nice shot, and at that point, Xyp9x is just out of bullets. But that position is so much better when there is someone behind bench. It's not always possible, obviously. He did everything he could. The tough part is now 15 to 12. Astralis might have to double save here.
Yeah, it's getting really weird this game now. USPs all around. Sadly, there's no Mac 10 for Cold Zero. Get more kills. But the crowd is definitely loving it here in St. Petersburg. It's Cold Zero to take down Glaive, which, I mean, either way, this is going to be a pretty miserable round for Astralis. They somehow get the kill on Fur, though.
Found him. They lose a player, though. Caribou does go down to Taco. Zibnik's pushed up, but yeah, I mean, this is... The question becomes, because this round should be pretty much clean cut from here on out with Astralis having nothing to fight with. The question becomes, do you do two like kind of half force buys? Oh, Zibnix has an AK-47. So does Dupree now. Actually, this just got real interesting. Can they get over to the A bomb site in time?
Surely it's not enough. They don't have armor. 3-on-3 here. The spray comes in. Bolts to take the kill. Device just waiting. Would have been some great shots required out of Dupree with that AK-47 at the A bomb site. Zip 1 versus 3. Can you get more damage inflicted? I mean, actually saving the AK might be more important right now.
I think it is. Obviously, we've seen what he can do with even just one. And that's the thing. The question becomes, maybe you do like a half buy. You can invest in armor and pistols again. If you have this AK-47 on Zip, just do a repeat of that same round that they won in this situation, and then have a strong buy in the last one in the 30th round. Or do you invest in both, like a kind of, half-assed buy in each round end?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any science on it. It's obviously sort of team-by-team basis, but
yep.
it's a hard call to make regardless. He's going to be able to save the AK-47, leaving it 13 to 15 here. SK on the verge of an absolutely epic comeback. There's just no other way to put it.
Without timeouts as well.
Yeah,
they have just powered through this, and they have done such a good job. Back into it now. What is Astralis going to bring to fight? And as we say that, 20 and 14 for Fallen. Not bad at all.
No, definitely.
It just feels like a quiet 20 kills. Well, here it is from Astralis. They can actually get a much, much better buy than I thought they'd be able to. 5 M4s on the board. A lot of utility, but critically, no kits.
So if the bomb goes down, it's going to get interesting. It seems like it's mid-control again for SK Gaming. Are they going to be allowed to get it? Or can Astralis finally put up a bit of a fight here? Device hiding in connector, wants to go and peek over the smoke. And for once, Fur is not aggressive.
Maybe the pressure of the situation. Zibnix is going to be pushed up in upper B halls. Again, a lot of info here. The fall back, the timing of that smoke. Cold Zero has complete control of mid, and he'll turn into somewhat of a lurker in this role. And look at the read from Astralis. They've got 3 players at the B bomb site, and this could be a disaster, Anders.
Yeah, they are setting themselves up to play this game all the way to the end right now. Glaive has been playing a great game, but alone against pretty much 5 members of SK, I don't see that happening. And the backup there in window, it's going to get smoked out. So all on Glaive. He has to get a double kill, otherwise this just will not work out. Device trying to fall back. Glaive jumping up on the top. He wanted to be proactive, but he's going to get taken down. Taco simply running it in, and yeah, they're going to back off.
I was going to say, that's the only reason you would put 3 players in the B bomb site, is you say, if they go A, they basically win the round, and then we just save our guns, and we have M4s again for the next one. But if they go B, we essentially win the whole map. This is going to get so intense now, Anders. 15 to 14, it's going to be. Device will be able to drop an M4 over to Glaive, so they'll still be able to bring 5 rifles. The thing is, they need the utility back. They obviously need kits in the next round, because that's the other big deciding factor. Maybe they wanted to rotate over and try and go for that, but they realized with no kits, it's not even worth it.
I like risk-taking, but when there's this much on the line, like I said, again, overtime, who knows what can happen there. It's going to be a whole new game, I feel like, at that point. They will save everything, which is great news, because they wouldn't really have had much money to work with in this round, so there's always that to look back to. 15-14, ladies and gentlemen, and moving into the 30th round. Let's see how this unfolds. And this time, tactical timeout called for Astralis. This is, I mean, how do you wish you had a sort of an ace up the sleeve here? It's something that you've been practicing, you haven't shown, but...
Every team has one. The question is, have they used it already? Do they bring it out now? I mean, this would be the moment you would assume, right? Also, remember, they can't do those gambling tactics again. They can't do that 3-man stack in the B bomb, so you give up too much on the rest of the map. I mean, it's fine in the last round. You'd like to see them fight for it, but you understand it. You get a clean win if they come B, and then you save and you fight another day if they go A. This time, you just have to fight across the entirety of the map. No AWP for Astralis as well. Actually, I think maybe...
Did SK take another timeout on top of Astralis timeout?
Why not?
Can you do that?
Apparently you can. Why not just string two together on the same side? SK could just take the rest of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, this also gets down to the point where maybe the mind game, we were wondering why, you know, Fallen hadn't been calling more timeouts, or SK or Astralis like hadn't been calling as many timeouts. Remember, those transfer over to overtime, so maybe saving two for the overtime rounds.
They were going for that deep play.
That long play.
It can actually be a real problem if you play overtime and you use all your timeouts, and
Yes.
then you just can't even like talk it through, right? And it gets so much more difficult to be an in-game leader when you are in that overtime and you have to try and sort of, you know, summarize all 30 rounds and figure out what's been going on and what works. Not easy.
Device is going to have an AWP in this round that he hasn't picked up yet. Yep, there it is, right as he runs out of spawn. No nades, though, but that's all right. You want the op. Fallen's got his. That op is at the A-bomb site ticket booth, but again, they're doing a three-man stack. This has to be some kind of a read. They have going on to Catwalk, maybe to combat some kind of mid-control. It's not coming out, but Device has to be good here, and he gets the first one.
It's a big start there. Taking down Taco, who's been playing well. Can they shut down Bolts? He's been really the engine here in the second half. Cold Zero with a headshot on the pre as well. Looking for overtime as SK Gaming. Kiebu gets a spray through the smoke. Somehow, Bolts did not see him, so still a competition here. 3-on-3, and Kiebu just spray down for Fallen and Cold Zero here, the core of the team. Can they make it work? The flashbang is in, but it doesn't really do anything to Fallen. And they're going to try and hunt him down, flanking in from the middle as Cold Zero. Fallen has to stay alive at least another 5 seconds. He gets the flick on one, going for the deagle. It's out against Device. This battle is everything right now, and Fallen, he's going to be saved by Cold Zero. It's still a one-on-one. Device versus Cold, out in the open. That headshot comes in, and Cold Zero with the triple to bring it into overtime. What a maniac.
That is so monstrous. The guts on SK, a contact play up A ramp. It's only Device, and he does what he can. Gets the opening kill. But what they did do is get Fallen into great position. They had Device. They didn't even smoke him off. They just had Fallen pin him down for the whole round. That is beautiful work. And you can just see it's the battle of positioning with the Oppers. Device did not want to take that peek because he didn't have the shot. He knows if Fallen's got the AWP out holding that angle, he just loses. In the timely peek from Cold Zero to save Fallen as the Astralis jumps over the boxes.
That makes such a big difference, because if Fallen goes down without Cold Zero getting that kill at the same time, then he's in an impossible 2 versus 1. Like, that's just almost never going to work out for him. So well played. I see that dabbing has made its way to Russia as well. What a shame.
Didn't know it had spread that far. I thought we had it quarantined.
Yeah, I was hoping. Just checking at the border. Do you dab, sir? Yeah, you can't come in.
Yeah, nope, visa's denied.
Double AWP out of the Astralis team, who must be feeling just a tiny bit nervous at this point in time. From 11-4 into 15-15, that's what SK have done to them. Let's see if they can bring it home here and win it on 2 maps, or if we're going to go to map number 3 at the semifinals. Fallen trying for a bit of aggression, but not going to get it this time.
Some danger there. He's flashback. There were some shots exchanged, but no damage. Bolts has been a menace in this spot.
Look at this angle that Dupree's holding in B. He can look so deep into the apartments, and with that kind of beginning, it's good. Yeah, see how much he can see? This is really good.
Yeah, and that allows Xyp9x to play closer up towards Catwalk, help out for a connector if needed.
Oh.
That's a team nade, I believe.
Yes. Don't want to see any more of those. Especially at the beginning of overtime here. 3 men stacked at A.
Yeah, well, it's a good call this time. They've been doing it B the last few rounds, and this time they go towards A. So it's going to work out. They've got Glaive aggressive towards A ramp, and as long as he's there, Device can make this peek towards connector. But if Glaive falls, he's in trouble. Play it safe on ticket booth. Pew down once again.
Gun barrel showing. Glaive, I think, a bit nervous there. But can Fur find the timing? He's just lurking in middle right now. If he had peeked at any point when Device was looking down there, I think the round is just over almost immediately. Fur really has to come in with a big round. At least a big opening here from the connector. 25 seconds here. 4 versus 5. SK, they've been playing such a great T side. But it has to continue now. They can't slip up on the focus. And a bit of a wild peek coming in from Glaive. Gets taken down by Fur. Spray comes through there. Kerbry fight for his life. He's going to get the kill, but Fur comes in and falling with a big shot. Xyp9x goes down to Cold, lurking in the window, and just like that with almost... Oh. My God. I almost lost my mind then. That was too much. Too close.
Listen, SK Gaming has hit God mode in this second half and now into overtime. This is some very, very intelligent tactical play. They have so much ground at the A bomb site. They're ready to pounce. They just need the entrance. They need that one kill. And there's no way for them to get it until coldzera, he'd been lurking in window room. He does an aggressive lurk up to the B bomb site, makes his presence known. That forces a rotation out of some of the players in A. They start shifting their spots to get a cheat on the rotate if needed. And that's what allows that one pick to happen. And then he pounces again. There's that clutch knocking his glasses off of his face. He's fired up.
What a great video clip. That's when you know you're really, really in the game, right? Well then. They lose the early fight on the SK side, and they just bring it right back. I just also love how patient Fur is in the middle. It doesn't seem like much, but...
I mean, you had Fur and coldzera lurking that round for SK Gaming, so I mean, two of the deadliest players we've got in the game, just waiting for their moment to bide their time. Speaking of which, Fallen's found his play that he wants to make. Dodges a flashbang, nade comes out. He's eating a lot of damage for this play. Now he's just going to get smoked off for his trouble. You want to get in front of the smoke? Not sure if he could have. Either way, he's going to back off. Xyp9x has done enough to neutralize him, but that's a lot of utility use.
Pushing back Kerbry in the middle. Going to be a little bit annoying as well. Again, SK getting this mid control. Astralis really have not had much luck fighting for it anyway, so I could kind of understand why maybe they want to just give it a bit of a rest. Now, is there going to be a flashbang here for dupreeh when they come around the corner? Furkan, no, he actually doesn't have one, so they're going to have to do it manually over on the other side. Taco has one.
Well, I think Fur's just going to take the duel, and he's going to win it. Big, big headshot. Device has got him locked in, but he misses the shot. You can't have that. He needed that trade so much. Fur's going to get away. He goes for the repeak. coldzera again. Looks like he's just ready. He's waiting to pounce up Catwalk.
Such great game awareness for Device to catch Taco coming out. Now, is he going to be ready for a second? They've already got one kill here. Cold is so ready and taking down dupreeh. That's really great news. If he had jumped down, then he would have been killed by Xyp, so it's still a 3-on-3. 28 seconds, and they're rotating back. Can Xyp hear it? It doesn't. Oh, maybe just a little bit. He's certainly moving now. Yeah, you could see him talking. I think they realize what's up, but the big thing is Cold still lurking in window. The patience right now, that could actually clear out this whole round. How do they retake with him being there?
Well, they've bypassed him, whether by a stroke of luck. It's just going to be Device who has to contend with it in window, and he's not prepared. coldzera just so smart. Now it's all on Zip and Glaive. That Molotov forces them into action and isolates Xyp9x. He wins the first battle, down into a 2-on-2.
Fallen calling for backup, needs Cold to come back quick now. He's got the AWP, close range. He gets the no-scope, taking down Xyp. And now Glaive is all alone, no time and no backup either. He's going to win the first fight, but no... Oh, he does have a kit picked up, looking for the shot on Cold. That grenade going to fall in against him and actually traps him almost at the window. Headshot again from coldzera. Triple and winning another round here in overtime. This is so big.
We said it in the pregame, Anders. coldzera has felt like he's had a quiet tournament, and we knew it wasn't going to last. This is a monster effort from him in this game. So many clutches down the stretch, so many high-impact plays out of him. It's brilliant. This time in the rotation, again being patient in window room, cutting off the rotation from Device, winning the one-on-one. SK is just picking Astralis apart, and down to the last round of overtime, or the first half of overtime, Astralis switches into the double-off setup. This time they want to do a little bit more fighting for mid-control. Kerbry here spraying through the smoke. Glaive pushing up. He's got 2 blind kills. Huge start to the round for Astralis, and dupreeh's going to add on, but Fallen got a double.
What on earth is going on? This round needs to be replayed in slow motion. coldzera and Bolts now, 2 versus 3. And I feel like now it's one of those games, as long as coldzera is alive, you really never know what's going to happen. Bolts is going to go down to 1-on-3 here for the Brazilian superstar. And Xyp going to walk in. Perfect timing. Just stutters a little bit, but Cold is still put on the spot in the middle of the bomb site here. And now rest of Astralis are starting to show up, so they could just play this one safe. dupreeh walking in alone. That's very dangerous. Cold gets one. And Glaive is there with the return. Great round from Glaive as they make it 17-16. But this is very interesting.
Yeah, Astralis needed that last round, didn't they? That's huge to get. They lost the first 2. It's been a map of T sides though, so switching over, the question becomes, is Astralis going to switch anything up? They had an equal amount of success in their terrorist side, just hitting A executes, just exploiting that A defense. But we have to remind ourselves as well, the reason that first half was so big for Astralis is because they kept the money problems so prevalent in the defense of SK.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter now. They have 16K, it's three rounds. So SK can essentially have whatever they want. They go right into the double up.
They're going to get that straight away. See what happens. SK need to win 2 rounds, 3 in a row here for Astralis is the magic number 19 that we're looking for. Only one man at the A side early on. There were a lot of really good rounds from Astralis towards the A bomb side there. We'll see if they can replicate some of that now in overtime.
Oh, they're doing it. They're just falling right into it. 4 players immediately towards A, 1 player checks top mid. That's Glaive. He throws some flashes, and he's coming back right now. Here comes the hit.
I think there's going to be a Molotov for the triple box maybe as well. Could be setting one up. Seemed like they had the boost for it anyway. Yeah, there it is. A little bit late, but it's always great. It means there's one less corner to check. And now charging through. They do spot the jump up, but no one there to stop Astralis from getting onto the side, except for Bolts getting the shot on Kiebu. Was that right through the smoke? The bomb is down at least. And this is going to get interesting. SK have been pretty good at retaking this site. Let's see if there's going to be a late rotation. Glaive looks like he wants to go back to T-spawn and into middle. This is dangerous.
It's got to come quick. But SK, we know they're patient on the retakes. It might be the time he needs. Zipnik's has Bolts blind. He's going to hold for the fight, but he misses the shot. Now he's got to back away. Here comes the utility usage and the retake. Molotov forces Zip forward. He almost gets a double, but Bolts shuts him down.
So much chaos in this round. Astralis standing all on top of each other. Bolts with a headshot, taking down Device. There's Glaive in the middle. And Dupree, they've got a great crossfire. Set up the bomb, attempt it right in front. And there's going to be Dupree with a big spray and Glaive to follow it up. Astralis with 17 round. That's incredibly close. There was a good 3 seconds where all 3 Astralis players were standing on top of each other on Tetris.
Yes.
That's a recipe for disaster.
It doesn't make you feel good if you're one of those 3 players there, but Glaive, they bought him the time needed to get into that position. He gets some critical kills there right at the end just to relieve the pressure.
And the way they got out of that weird triple stack at Tetris was Sips actually fell into Sandwich, into a Molotov.
Yep,
which
he had to push out of it.
Yeah, he just said, all right, well, I guess I'm all in then. Wow, 17-17. Score is tied up here. Let's see what SK can do. They only got the 1 setup this time, only 1 AWP. Still good, though.
Yeah, well, it's in Fallen's hands, so. Yeah, again, the A execute's working out perfectly for Astralis. SK still, even from the first half, have not found an answer to that, despite how close it was. This time again, 3 players at A, 2 over towards the B bomb site in those holes. Looks like that's going to be Dupree and underpass. This might be a fake. The bomb could run back. They're doing the same exact execute, same exact mollies and smokes, and no, it might not be. Wow. Great counter nade, though. Device lands on it.
And is that friendly Molotov that also fell down?
It looked like it.
So just a bit strange. Bit of a hiccup here for the Astralis team. SK, they're all at the bomb site. Another member rotating in. Dupree looking for the fight. Somehow he wins it against Fur, who had the perfect angle. Bolt's gonna get taken down. Oh no, SK, not like this. Fallen, gonna get the headshot on Dupree, so at least there is that, but they've got so much control over by the window. Taco getting a big kill on Kiebu. Glaive goes down, Fallen with a kill on Sip. And now it's all on Device. In the middle of the bomb site, 1 versus 3. He's scoped up, he gets 1. C-set us out, but the headshot from Taco. And it will be a triple for him as well for 18 rounds here on the SK side. My God.
I don't know how they held on. I do not know how they made that work. It looked like it was going to be all Astralis. I mean, here's the thing, that execute, it did seem it almost got delayed by that self-Molotov a little bit. It was slow coming, but they had all the attention from SK towards the bomb site. That's what allows Dupree that late mid-round boost. That's what gets him that 1 kill, and then Bolts pushes through connector, he falls there. At that point, you think it's all lost.
Yes, and you have to wonder with the time left, when you're in a 5 versus 3 like that and you're on the Astralis side, do you just continue to sort of run into the site? They changed their minds earlier, right?
Yes.
So this time maybe a bit too much. SK on map point here. 1 more round, they will have done it. A huge comeback from 11-4. Now they just need 1 more round. Bomb is dropped in T-spawn, so Astralis definitely looking for a pick-off here.
Seems like they've kind of busted out of that idea of just A executes. You have Coldzera at ticket booth. You've got Bolts and Fur playing in connector or top connector. There's no action across the map, no one challenging, just some light utility usage applying pressure. 1 minute left in the round, and neither team wanting to make the mistakes. And this time it does seem like Astralis actually, they are just going to go right back into it. They are just going to rotate everyone back around. KRB's still very, very far away. He could go mid, he could be a lurker, he could be there for the post plant.
I think they were really hoping that Fur was going to be aggressive in this round. They could pick him off somewhere and then figure out what to do now. Instead, they've wasted quite a bit of time, and more is going to be wasted here with the Molotov right in front. Does he see it? coldzera is on top of that. Oh, what a battle this is. 35 seconds. The smoke is going to fade any second now. And Device, he scoped right on top of him, but no kill happens. Oh my god, that could have changed the whole game here. Astralis fighting for double overtime. The bomb is finally going to be down, and
they have no utility. Astralis is out of nades.
Right. They're rotating 2 back to middle, so this is really, really deep play. They're hoping that SK are going to be slow on the retake. Otherwise, this could be a disaster. Fallen with the kill on Sip, and that might have just started a landslide. Can they get in? SK wanting to make their way through. Excellent headshot from Dupree, but he goes down to Fur, picking up a second headshot, dropping Device, and now Glaive and KRB left. 2 on 4, coming in from the middle. It's a shot on 1. The bomb still not being defused. KRB goes down, and SK 11-4 into an overtime victory as they knock out Astralis here at the semifinals. What a team.
That is so incredible what SK has done in this comeback in that last round. They give up the site. They say, Astralis, you can have it. We have all of our nades. We're all in position. And coldzera is back. He's shown up at EPICENTER.
And there it is, Fallen, obviously excited as he should be. That is such a grotesque performance. I mean, we're talking about a very well-performing Astralis here at this EPICENTER tournament. You're down 11-4 and you play your way into overtime and win it. And the focus, it's actually awe-inspiring how few mistakes they make. They just don't give it up. Incredible team.
They hit tactical god mode on that T side. They outplayed Astralis. They strung him across the map so many times, and you add in coldzera's performance from there. It's absolutely incredible.
Wow, you just witnessed something that really doesn't happen all that often here. Now they're in the grand finals, and the big question becomes who's going to join them, Virtus Pro or G2? I feel like at this point, that's going to be a very hard-fought battle for either team.
We have to say as well, props to Astralis for a hard-fought game, a really nice tournament. We mentioned before that all these teams who have bounced back out of slumps, that is still a very, very deadly squad.
Oh, without